Hello everyone, I'm Chris with Cali Moto TV. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a video all about tires. No, I'm not going to tell you to go buy some Pirellis because they're the best ever. No. This video is to help you decide what type of tire to get in general. We're going to dive into a street-centric type tire guide. What does that mean? Everything centers around street riding and then just kind of branches off there. One of the first things to consider when buying a new set of tires or buying any tires is what type of riding will you be doing? Because that's really going to dictate what type of tires to get. If you're a track going person, but you want to ride the street, you're going to get more of a track focused tire that's going to be decent on the street. Now, if you're a person that's got an adventure bike and wants to go kind of camping and off-roading sort of, you're going to want one of those more dual sport all around type tires. Also, if you're someone that rides in wet weather, like if you're in, England or something, you're going to want tires that are going to function well when it's wet out. Like here in Arizona, it's dry most of the time. So I don't run really all season tires, if you will, kind of bring in car stuff, but I don't run this type of tires. I'm a track person, so I like more aggressive, sticky tires versus something that's going to last a long time. So we're going to break it into chunks. So we're going to start with the commuter, the type of tire that you're going to want to use if you're a commuter, because all you're doing is going to and from work, or again with that long range type of travel you like to do. Maybe you're cruising, you like to experience different states. This is the tire we're going to focus on. Let's get into it. We're looking at Pirellis here, so I'm not again telling you to get them. It's just I like the way their page is laid out. So let's go with the first one I mentioned, the touring, the long riding type of tires. And just for giggles, we'll look at the Angel GT2s. Again, these are meant for long trips and putting a lot of miles on your bike. And the reason for that is they are a harder dual compound, meaning the center of the tire is not going to wear quite as much, where the sides are still going to be relatively soft. Something of the past, the tires, the way they used to be was like if you got a touring tire, they're all just like the whole tire was just kind of hard in a sense. Like it almost felt like you're riding on like plastic in a way. Tires nowadays, the compounds they've come up with are fantastic. The other point of this you'll see is the tread on it. Again, you're riding every day to and from work or something, doing long trips. You're going to want to be able to ride in the rain. I'll tell you right now, the tires I put on my bike, I hate being in the rain because they're just not meant for that. So when you're trying to do long distances and riding in all sorts of weather, look for tires that, like this will show, that they're meant for wet conditions. There are tires that will say dry only, and those like the ultra high performance tires. So keep that in mind when you're looking for these types of tires. All right, now say that you're one of those people that want to go on a trail somewhere, like you're full on dual sport, or you like to take your adventure bike out and you like to get off the beaten path, go down some dirt roads or some packed gravel and find a campsite. What type of tires would that be? Well, it wouldn't be those Angel GTs. They're not really meant for that type of riding. So what you want to do is you want to look at the symbols. See, like that says on-road and trail on-road. So that means, again, the ground's, it's sort of manicure. It's not just loose dirt and crazy. Like you see the tread, it's not going to be as aggressive. Whereas you go into the next set and you'll see trail and adventure. And let's go on these Scorpion rallies. Let's see what these are about. These are going to be a little bit more aggressive for off-roading. They're going to be a little bit better, and that's sort of what these are showing, trail on and off. What that means is, again, you can use slightly worse ground to ride on. So does that mean you can't ride on the street? No, you can definitely ride on the street. These tires are meant for both. As you look at the structure, trail, road profile of the structures, increased contact patch at lean angles for on-road behavior. So that, again, there's that on-road stuff. So this guide, again, is based from the street, and then you're going to these other avenues. Now we're going to get to these sport bike tires because, again, there's just a lot of them. And you have to ask yourself, what type of riding am I going to do? What am I going to be going on the track more than I'm going to be riding the street? Is track going to be like a once every couple of months? Then you can get a different set of tires. For me, the Corsa SP4 V4s and V3s are what I typically run, and that's simply because I like how quickly they get the temperature, how easily they hold their temp, and how much feel and feedback they give you. Now, Bridgestone and Michelin, they also offer that stuff. I personally, it's just what I'd ride. When you look for tires like these, you're not so concerned about the longevity of them. You know you're probably going to tear them up a little bit because, again, the type of riding you're doing. But that doesn't mean that there aren't tires out there that have that 50-50 split. So something like the Diablo Rosa's 4s are kind of fantastic. They have that dual compound, but they are still soft enough on the sides that there's great traction because they're the ones that come on the Street Fighters, I believe. So Ducati knew what they were doing when they put these tires on there. And again, you'll see the tread depth is a little bit more. There's not as much as the tires we showed you before for the sport touring, but they're more than what the SC or SP V4s or V3s are. Again, when you look at the type of tires, whatever brand it is, it'll tell you if it's on road and what type of bikes they're good for. And as I mentioned before, these particularly Diablo Rosas, this is what I was mentioning right here. Performance on road use for both wet and dry roads. Now let's go back and I'll show you what I mean by the V4s because they definitely say something totally different. From the track to the road, right? So you have on-road and road and racetrack. So they're very specific to the types of riding you're going to do. They're not good for wet weather riding. I'll tell you that right now. Tires that are meant for the track more so than the street aren't going to last as long. They're not good for all weather riding. They're not even good in low temps. So if it gets cold where you're at, these tires are not really the ones you want to use. Well, this was a little guide on the different types of tires you can get depending on the type of riding you're doing. I hope it was useful to you all. It was kind of quick. There's so many different avenues to go down, but this is a good start and a good guide for you. So if you have any questions, please leave them down below and we'll try to get them answered. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. And you know what? We'll see you on the next one. Have a great one.